Hi, welcome to Moments That Matter. I'm super excited today because I'm here with Michelle Golz. Welcome, Michelle.
Hello, thanks for having me. It's
Michelle is the Happy Preneur, and honestly, I love this woman. She's amazing. So I'm super excited about this chat we're going to have because I love talking about happiness and joy and all of those things. So Michelle is an incredible person with a huge heart. She calls herself a happypreneur because she knows that life is too short to be anything but happy. Michelle lives on a farm in Wisconsin. She has been married for 39 years. So you're coming up on the big 40 in 2023. She's a mom of three, a Grammy to two little humans that she adores with all her heart. Being a grandma is the best. Michelle originally studied voice, and then she went on to a second career as a nurse. But her true passion comes from art. She loves art and mixed media art. And that sparked the idea for Happy Mail. And we're going to talk about Happy Mail because it's amazing. And so that's where Michelle is putting her energy right now, is creating Happy Mail, making people happy. And yeah, I'm excited because I love that purpose that your life has gone to that, to making people happy, because we need more happiness in the world. So I'm excited for you to share your story, Michelle, and how you came to be the Happypreneur and how that all started. So welcome.
okay. Well, I was working in nursing for 27 years. I mean, I did all kinds of nursing. Clinic nursing, hospital nursing, clinical research nursing, oncology, everything. And I was working in my last job and honestly, I was bullied by the higher ups to the point where one night on the way home from work, I tried to drive my car into a dump truck like 3 times, but my car has that little feature that pulls you back when you're getting to the center, and something just hit my brain and said, "Wait, whoa, God's telling me you don't really want to do that." And the next day, I quit my job. I didn't have another job. I didn't know anything. I had no plans, but I knew that I could not stay in a place that was making me so sad that I just couldn't function, because that is totally not me. I've always been a happy person, but we were in the middle of the pandemic. I was working in ICU. It was just day after day after day of, grueling. And then my supervisor tells me I don't know this thing and that thing and whatever. And I'm like, what the heck? Give me some feedback. And she was just like, I can't tell you that. And I'm like, nope. I stewed on that all day. And then on the way home, I was just like a totally different, not me person.
Wow. So you were a nurse during the pandemic.
Yeah, in the ICU.
That must have been so
And
hard.
we only had COVID. So then, you'd have these people saying, "Oh, it's not real, and you don't need this." And I'm not going to tell you to get a vaccine, but I am going to tell you COVID is a real thing.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not going to push any belief, your politics, your religion, your what you want to eat. I don't care. That's you.
Yeah.
You do you, I do me, but it's real.
So you had a lot of buildup then, and then you're driving home. So it's
And
interesting
I
to
was
me.
just like, I can't deal with it. If I have given my whole life to a career that I love nursing. I always said I went back to nurse when my kids were 4, 7, and 10. I went back to nursing school. I had
Wow.
3 little children. My husband traveled, and I made it work. Like, this opportunity fell in my lap because my employer left my town so I could get retrained for free. And I'm like, well, this is great. Because the first time I went to school, I started in pre med. Then I had a roommate who was a nurse or a music major. She's like, "Oh, you have a beautiful voice. You should be a music major. It's so much easier." It's not really easier. I'm going to tell you that. It's very hard too. So I bounced back and forth, and my parents were like, "Come on now, you got to make your mind up. You can't be in college forever." So I went
Yeah.
with music. Then when the opportunity came, I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a nurse." And I always said the thing I regretted the most was not doing that first, because I would have had 40 years, working as a
Yeah.
nurse. But I loved every minute until that point. So
And so
fast
you quit. You actually quit that
I
next day.
quit on the spot. The next day, I put my resignation in on the little computer. It took like 5 minutes, and I was done. 2 weeks, I was done,
Wow.
and I had no plan. And so I just laid around sad. I felt like I left everyone down, and my friends didn't have enough help as it was, and now here's another person who's not working there. And I got this email from Maya because I had taken a class saying, do this thing called Born for This. And I'm like, well, what else do I got to do?
Okay, let's tell people quickly. So if someone's watching and hasn't heard of it, Born for This is an amazing weekend that's put on by Maya Stewart, and she's incredible, and she helps you to find out what you're
She's
actually
a transformational mentor.
coach. Yeah, she helps you find out what you were born to do.
Yeah.
Interesting thing, Michelle, which I think listening to you is that it's like your true passion really is the arts, like voice, singing, arts, and that, and then but you're a people person, so the nursing field, that whole empathy, compassion, taking care of people.
Yeah.
But now to combine the whole thing, anyway, so you quit nursing. It's interesting because when you let go of something that's a part of you, like
I was grieving.
You grieve, yeah.
I was like, I should be really happy.
Yeah.
I'm so
it's a
sad.
loss. Mm-hmm.
And so then Maya actually called me on the phone because we were working on some assignment, because it was like, this online group, and she would give us this little Zoom call, and then you would do whatever the assignment. And I posted a thing in the group. Do I need a new story? Because it's just not working for me. And she called me up and she's like, what's the problem? What's going on? Tell me your story. And I'm like, I've been a nurse for 27 years. I quit my job, and now I'm so sad. And she's like, oh, hold on, girlfriend. You didn't quit your job. You made a choice for you. That was the moment for me when I realized that, yeah, I didn't quit anything. I chose to keep me and to make me happy. And
right. You chose you. That's powerful.
Then I was out and about, and I saw this sign, and it said, to be happy, give happy. And this like light bulb went off, because all I was doing all these weeks when I didn't have another job, instead of like looking for a job, I was like so burned to a crisp, stick a fork in me, I'm done, that I couldn't do anything. But I was sitting in my little studio down in the basement, just making all kinds of art and just putting them in a pile, putting them in a pile, putting them in a pile. I had a huge pile. And when I saw that little sign in some little kitschy shop, I'm like, boom.
To be happy, give happy?
Give happy. Meaning, if you want to be happy, like if you're in your saddest day, if you think about somebody else instead of your sadness, you are going to be happy. You feel a little unhappy? Go in a drive-through and pay for the next guy's coffee and see how it kind of makes you feel. Or go in the grocery store and tell the clerk, I'm going to pay for their groceries. Or, now you might not be able to do that because it's
but even just giving a smile.
The giving. Yeah. And you don't know what situation that person is in. And, if you just say, it's all right, I got you, I'll pay for that for you. That can really make you happier. So I put a little post out on Facebook. Hey, anybody wants some Happy Mail? Because I got lots of Happy Mail. I'll send it anywhere. And people instant message me their addresses. And the first year that I did it, I think I sent out about 39 different ones around the globe.
Wow.
So still sending Happy Mail, but it's evolving into like a home business. so that other people can send happy mail, because you are actually the person that said that to me once in one of those classes.
What I said, because this is interesting, because okay, show people your happy mail. Just give an
Okay.
examples because they're beautiful.
Well,
Beautiful.
these examples are what the one of a kind that I
Oh,
would make, like just little tags that
oh
have
my
like
goodness, I love them.
inspiration. Like it says, dreams of beauty, life is good. But these are like mixed media art.
They're gorgeous.
And there's nothing the same. They're all different.
Look at how amazing these are. I would love to get one of those in the mail. So what I said because Michelle, I worked with Maya Camarado too. What I said, Michelle, if you remember, is I said, but if you don't start like selling your happy mail, how am I going to give it to my friends to make them happy? Because I can't make those cards, but I would like to have the feeling of giving to my friends and knowing that they're going to be excited to open up a happy mail. But if you don't sell it, like I said, I would buy a case off you.
Yeah, yeah. So fast forward, I thought, what can I make that someone can buy besides like the greeting cards? Those are all in there, all one of a kind, like happy birthday, or
Yeah.
there's like some just for fun that say funny things like, did I roll my eyes out loud, or
Funny things. Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I made little art
They're so
projects.
beautiful.
And then we took them to a company that does like photo printing and printed them on high quality art paper. So they will come in a set of 6.
Oh,
And that
wow.
will have like the postcard. It won't be this exact one, but it's like that.
And do all of them have sayings on them, words? You've written something
They
positive?
all have, like, this one says, let the adventure begin, find joy in the ordinary. That is like,
Oh.
and you can order it with a little block. So you could just set this on your desk and look at it, or you can mail it to someone, and it's a postcard size, so it will be less postage.
I honestly, I think it's beautiful because you have found a way. It makes you happy, so you're giving happy because okay, and so anyone who's watching, whether you're watching the
I mean,
replay
it's
or
not a shameless plug for my company, but it is, part of me.
no, I want to share it. I think it's beautiful.
Mail by Michelle. And it's actually, we finally just got the website launched. My daughter gratefully built my website for me. She did a beautiful job, and we finally got it turned on. So now I'm hoping that I don't get a huge amount of orders right before Christmas and the postal snafu happens. But
So, okay, the name of your website is
mailbymichelle.com.
So we're going to put that link after this interview is over. We'll put a link so people can access it and check out your website.
And I also make custom art, like 5x7, 8x10, big. There's some samples in there. So if the person was interested in something like that, or even a happy mail specific for someone, you can order a free, I don't know consultation, I think is what it's called, happy art consultation, and then we'll get together by phone or instant message or whatever and fine tune what you want.
So we're going to share that, and I want to talk a little bit more about like happiness, because it's such a like, oh, be happy, be happy, be happy.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are just going through a really, really bad time.
Yeah.
And they don't know how.
As a person who has had depression in the past, sometimes you just want to curl up in a ball and you do not want to get out of your bed. But in that time, you should just get up and take a shower and eat some food, and don't worry about the fact that you don't want to do anything else. Like,
give yourself grace.
Yeah, exactly. Give yourself grace. Give yourself time. And I always try to be that person who can be a friend for you. I don't know what's going on in your life 100%. And maybe you don't want anyone to talk to you, but you might want someone to just know that I will do whatever you need. And I try to be that person.
Yeah.
And I know that by having gratitude for what I have or what I see or what I experience, even what I eat, um, that has really helped me. My favorite book actually is Working with the Law. I thought, oh, what is this book? This is kind of crazy, but it really is a great book. And
Who's
it's
the author of that?
Neville Goddard.
Oh yeah, Neville Goddard. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Working
Yeah,
with the Law.
that's a tiny book, but it's a lot. And I practiced Christianity, and I was born again when I was 16 years old. I went to this like youth group thing, and I mean, I went to church. I believed in all of that. So it's not like I had this rough life, but I was born again at that revival or whatever you call it. And from that moment on, I knew that, the do unto others and everything you need, I will give you. So that guides my daily interaction.
Yeah.
And if you start with gratitude, we always do that in our calls, that where you just, just sit quietly and just think about, what am I grateful for right in this moment? And that makes you happier.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have a lot, you still have something.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Like it's so interesting how many people do struggle. I think we have to, we go through our life when we're children and all these things we learn. And then sometimes we get to a point that we do hit this, like almost like a depression. So many people that I've interviewed have had depression. It's like, wow. And it's because there's a point where you have to dig deep and be like, start to become aware that your thoughts aren't true. Like the present moment right here, right now is all that matters. And that's where the joy is finding, the happiness. Too often, especially I look at being a grandma, like there is so much joy in children. But yet sometimes we're just busy, like, oh, we need to do this, or we have to worry about this, or the past, or like, it's here. Life is here in this moment. There is nothing else. But gratitude changed my life. Gratitude, when I was at a really dark place, I was able to be like, once I started gratitude and be like, I'm grateful that I have eyes. Like some people don't. Some people don't have sight. And we take it all for granted. I am grateful, that my husband is with me. I'm grateful that, the little things like the shower,
yeah.
And so that's kind of, I think, the beginning of controlling your thoughts.
Yeah, it like kind of rewires you if you just go through life happy. And even like, I like to travel now, and I used to be that person if one thing was out of place of the plan, and it would just, kill the whole thing. Now it's like, well, our flight's delayed. Oh well, our flight's delayed.
Because you're grateful that you did then
get there. It's still gonna happen. Don't worry about it.
Right. Well, look I have this. I don't have to see it, but my sister gave it to me for my birthday. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You can't change things. And so either you're going to be upset, like for example, a flight, if it's delayed, you're going to be upset or you're going to be happy. But what is the choice? It can't change if the flight's delayed.
Yeah.
But what I love about you, Michelle, and the Happy Preneur, and it's so simple, is that when you said to be happy, you need to give happy. And I think if all of us can just think like that, why am I not happy? Oh, I need to give. Like you say, pay for the person behind you in the drive-thru. Call a friend and say, like, I'm so happy that you're my friend. I just want to hear your voice. Anything. And just showing people you appreciate them, your loved ones.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. And the mail, the happy mail just makes you happy to get that in the mail. Because what do you get in the mail nowadays? Junk mail,
bills,
ads, bills.
Oh, actually, this one I'll tell you. Okay, I have to tell you. This is funny because it's to do with mail. Because my husband he's very serious, right? And he goes to the mailbox every day and he's always like, grumpy mail, and bills. So about a year ago, I started being like, I love going to the mailbox. It's the magic money box. I call it the magic money box. And my husband's like, so every time I go, Like we drive down, and I said, "Can I get the mail?" It's my magic money box. He's like, "Sure, I'll go." And a present would come for me. I'm like, "Got a present today." Like my daughter sent me something or whatever. And then I got happy mail from Maya. I got a $100 bill in the mail. I was like, happy mail. And I literally would be, so we still call it the magic money box. And now he has started to call it the magic money box because he was always thinking it's horrible thing. I'm like, oh no, I get coupons in there. I get gifts.
Yeah. And the thinking thing that just had me remember, you get what you get the life you are focused on. That's what we've been learning and what you finally realize. If you're in a place of lack, you're going to have lack. If you're in a place of gratitude, you're not going to feel the lack.
Yeah, you feel
not
grateful.
have XYZ, the 90-inch TV, but do you really need the 90-inch TV? No, you just want the 90-inch TV.
Exactly.
I don't watch that much TV, but
well, it's not happy enough for me. Trust me, I don't either. But the thing is too with Wayne Dyer is I believe, and I've listened to him a lot, is that you need to fill yourself up so full of happiness. And if that's by giving to others, you feel happy, whatever it is, you fill yourself up. So you're so full of love. You're so full of gratitude. You're so full of happiness that no matter what happens when you're out in the world, no matter what happens, you cannot be triggered. And it's really powerful because if someone does something to you that normally would upset you, you're so full of happiness and love that's what comes out. Like nothing else can come out. That's a Wayne Dyer thing. If you're full of angry and bitterness and something happens, like you're cut off in traffic, you'll be mad. But if someone cuts you off in traffic, you'll go, oh, it's okay. Like wish them a good day. Like you will not be able to feel mad. That's what I find.
Yeah. And another thing, people will say, well, you use something, and I'll say, oh no, that's not my thought. This is don't blame and shame. There's no blame and shame. I didn't think that, and I don't think that. And whatever, we work through whatever the situation.
Yeah.
But there's less conflict in your life when you're not like undermining everything and you're just in a happier place.
Yeah. It is a choice, right? So happiness is
definitely a choice.
It's a choice because you're choosing to think a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
It's all how we think. So if something upsets you, you have to literally be like, why am I feeling upset? And you think, what am I thinking? Oh, change my thoughts.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not wrong to feel the feeling because you should feel the upsetness or whatever the word is.
Which is how long, I guess, do you
feel that for a few minutes, but then you should think, well, why am I feeling upset? Am I thinking something that I shouldn't be thinking? How can I feel happier about this? Yeah. Or what can I do so it doesn't affect me next time? Yeah.
So powerful. Thank you so much. We will put the link to her website. You can buy some happy mail. I'm going to buy some happy mail because I love it. And it's just fun to get mail, something beautiful. I got a mail from a lady in Malaysia. I actually hung it up on one of the ladies that she sent me this in the mail.
Oh, that's nice.
And she wrote me a note on the back. I met her on the Compassion Project and interviewed her. Bombini, her name is. And I hung it up. I loved it so much. And you never get nice things in the mail like this anymore. Right? And so that's like what your happy mail is. So anyway, we'll put it in. You can check it out. And and you already mentioned your favorite book. What was it called again?
Living with the Law.
Working with the Law?
Working with the Law. Yeah, Working with the Law.
And do you have a favorite quote?
Probably to be happy, give happy.
Be happy, give happy.
Give happy.
Okay. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you. It was so great visiting with you.
And thanks everyone for watching. And we'll put the link in the comments.
Thank you.
Okay. Wish everyone a happy day.
Have a great and happy day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.